I absolutely agree, Machine. Dust 2 is going to be a lot of fun if Inferno's anything to go by. Astralis barely got a chance to get warmed up there in the first map. That was their pick. 16-3 to kick things off, and now Dust 2, one of the most open, high-fragging affairs you can possibly imagine. And EG look absolutely deadly on the server right now. We're going to kick things off with a T start for the North Americans, and we'll have a look at their pistol setup here. 2 smokes, 3 flashes, would suggest a long approach, but they're sending 4 players towards the B tunnels here, and Glaive more than willing to challenge towards that T-spawn area.
There was a moment, I thought he might have taken an aggressive stance towards lower tunnels. That would have been a boatload of information had they stepped. Instead, he steps back. Device, that's quite an early push from him up towards the long doors. He will meet Tarek should he continue his advance, but for now, they are going to meet. Back turned and executed. Great work from Device. He can start to cause the acceleration from EG on the other side of the map, and that's precise from Magisk. 2 from him, holding them back. Dupree doesn't have to do anything but observe at this point. Starts to throw bullets in, but his teammate has done all the hard work. Magisk, Glaive, double kill respectively to get this one started for the Danes.
Well, there we have it. It will be a very clean start for Astralis. 5-man clean sweep, as Evil Geniuses with quite a technical approach there. They were holding up, waiting for this push from Device. It was an Xbox smoke from Tarek, and he was trying to suggest they were heading up towards shore. We saw the dribble smoke in towards the B side, but going through it with the flashbang, a very defensive setup from Astralis. They were able to pick off their heads one by one and didn't really have to break a sweat at all. EG, though, will be bringing out the Force Fight in the second round of no plants. So no AKs in the third here. They're going to try and do what they can with PT-50 CZs, a Deagle, and a Scout for Cirque, of course. B split could be on the agenda here. They have got smokes available for themselves, as Cirque looks to cause damage here with the Scout towards middle.
There's few players that make the second round Scout look as intimidating as Cirque, and that's why he finds himself on the grand final stage. They call him the Bulgarian Bulldozer, and for a reason. Flattens his opposition regardless of weaponry. Starting to group. Plenty of rifles invested in the second round. We've seen the discussion started as to how many you should be bringing in. Evil Genius is one of the figureheads of the other side of the coin, which is that of the SMGs. For now, though, Astralis, they have the weapons. It's Dust 2. You can keep them at arm's length, or at least you can try. Now, utility being thrown in. Device to receive them on A. Flashes aren't going to mess him up too much, but they start to dive towards CT, and that's a big connection. Tarek onto Glaive as well. They're locked out CT, but Tarek wants to bring the fight to the end. Oh, 2! Just like that, the round is over. Leaps towards CT, kills them where they started the round. A double kill with just the pistol.
That's so smart from Tarek. The fact that he can hear them spamming their bullets through the smoke at that point, he knows if he times that well, he'll catch them both reloading behind the smoke, and he couldn't have done a better job there. Puts the P250 down their throats and gives them a taste of lead, as Magus is left in a 4 versus 1 now. This force fight in the second round has not been what we've been seeing for other tournaments. A lot of teams taking a full eco on the second, but this has been absolutely stellar from the Evil Geniuses now, as Magus tries to hold on to his rifle. Not gonna happen, as EG bounce back after the clean sweep they received in the first round.
Unbelievable stuff from EG. They find their first on Dust 2, and the crowd finds their voice early. USA chants 2 rounds into map 2. Breezy, he started that. Device, he had the M4, and he was in that headshot spot. This was Tarek's finish. But had Device not gone down so quickly from Breezy, he was in a prime position to at least find 2.
Wow, no force buy in response, but a little bit of investment here. Dupree has invested everything he can. His Device, though, with the Scout, $700 to his name left over. To be fair, with Magus on $50 as well, you might as well call this a force buy. Either way, Stanislaw will open things up. That's a nice headshot towards the Scout user. 5 versus 4. Cirque did take a bullet to the chest before that went down, but still looking very healthy here on the T side. 5 rifles, including 2 M4s and an AUG stolen from the CT setup in the previous round. Flashbang towards middle as they try and find some real estate here on the map. They're going to be focusing towards long though. You can see the bomb there with 3 players. Good shot from Tarek. Controlled, calm. As he patrols towards middle, his teammates go towards long now. They can just use a contact play towards that side of the map. Tarek is just deploying some self-preservation. He just needs to stay alive. And, well, that's not going to happen. Nice push from Zipex, but the A side is pretty much open at this stage.
Yeah, actually, with Zipex now pushed up on towards that Xbox, it leaves Ethan in a really dicey scenario. Catches Magisk's aggression from B, and that's going to make things awkward for Astralis. Dupree relieves some of it. Relieving the pressure with a fantastic connection onto Breezy. It had to be a headshot on the cross. Bomb can go down now. In-game lead up for Evil Geniuses behind that. And they're so spread out. This is a mystery that could be too difficult for Astralis to solve as to where this afterplant's being held from. But Zipix somehow is ready for it, catches Ethan, had the info. 2 versus 2. There is no kit. Time's becoming a factor here, Henry.
And there's a Molotov available for Cirque as well. He's currently patrolling the long position, but 2 CTs remaining. Are they going for this? It doesn't look like it. EG will take the round. They think better of it. Hold on to the scout on the AK-47. That's if Sanator doesn't take them down first. Luckily, it's the scout that's removed, not the AK. Zipex, fantastic effort there with 2 frags, still on 100 HP. He's got armor as well. He finds a Molotov on the ground, but it will be another successful campaign from EG there. Cirque and Stanislaw to survive, and no money for the Astralis forces. We'll see the AK though. Zipex with it in hand. Does he want to maybe get a smoke from middle, kind of try and challenge? We will see. He has purchased a smoke. But what is his intention here? His teammates can't really bring much more than PT-50s or Deagle at the very top end. Device will purchase just that. To smoke towards middle, to shroud the cross towards the B side. So they don't know exactly how many players went towards that side of the map. Waiting for the flashes towards long, but no one coming there from the T side. So Zipex will flash over, but nothing to be found. But a bit of information there. He's just confirming that blue box is clear.
Breezy holding the long aggression. There won't be anything there. Of course, we saw it in the pistol before from Device.
Now, one key factor of that is he threw a Molotov then. That means that the only way he could have a Molotov, he picked it up from the last round. So that fact that glass is smashed, he heard the Molotov, they know the safe weapon is at least towards long at that point. Vital information, but no real reason to force the issue. But it does give them an inkling as to where Zipex could be at the start of the round. 3 players towards B. So in fact, they were trying to suggest at the very start, as they have a 3-man setup ready and waiting to go towards the B site. But Evil Geniuses will continue in a bit of a default setup here, heading towards shore, which is the go-to approach in these sort of plays, but Zipex is there now. There is a chance he can actually do some massive work here.
Surely it gets traded at the very least. It's not even one. Good damage. It's something, a consolation prize perhaps, but unlikely that any more impact can be made by Astralis. That was their golden goose. The saved AK now on the battlefield. Unarmed USPs. Should just be a formality. Stan confirms it. With 30 seconds left, EG, they are going to start to make their way towards the site. There's only 1 man to receive them, and it will be Device. He does have a Deagle, worth mentioning that he has just at least an opportunity to find a headshot. Never mind, he just takes a bullet one side of the box, then the other. Stan confirms it. EG will be picking up their 3rd here, and yet to lose a man.
That's so clean and precise from EG. They didn't panic, they didn't overcommit once they had a couple of openings. They're being calm, and they're making sure they keep everyone alive as well. The small details that really impress me about this team. When they know they have an advantage, they make sure they get the very most out of it and take everything they possibly can into the next round. You can see every extremity of the map is being covered. Another clean sweep here, and their campaign of this best of 5. It's 3-1 on the T set of Dust2. The pick of EG after sweeping Astralis away on their pick of Inferno, 16-3.
It is just crazy when you start saying it out loud. You realize that, yes, in a grand final with a stacked crowd, Evil Geniuses not only beat Astralis, but they dominated them 16-3 on the map. And credit to Thorin for making this point. The map that never really left Astralis' map pool. Others, you know, we saw them come and go.
Oh, Mirage would be a good example.
Mirage is a great example. Nuke, they stopped playing it for a long time. But Inferno was always there. 18, 19 wins in a row on it. It was taken away from them in quick fashion by EG.
So what we have been impressed with so far is EG and their calls so far. Stanislaw done a great job of just making things uncomfortable and unpredictable for Astralis and their defense. We'll see if we continue that now. It looks likely to be a B split with their current setup. You can see 3 players towards the tunnels, but they're going to show some presence towards short first. Just continue with that default mentality, at least suggest that's what they're doing. Going to go for a peek towards short here, maybe a little bit of a run boost coming in. Stanislaw will jump up. Over he goes, and it baits out the shot with the Device. That's so smart, Alex.
It's so good, and it's such a firm understanding of your opponent. We talked about him before, the coach of EG. He does his homework. Different protocols in place to deal with individual players, something Device was known for as well. He looks at heat maps, he does the research, and well, is fighting fire with fire. Dupree's about to try and save the day alongside Magis. They come towards B. Cirque's got to find Magis as well if he wants the chance to make an impact here. Tarek is arriving in window just a little late to the party. Magis deals with B. All on his own, a 1-man army, 3 frags from him in this round.
Yeah,
this will be Astralis.
That's the definition of an anchor right there. That's a really strong hold from Mages. As we'll see, Sanastor now trying to cause financial ruin towards the CTs. Doesn't really have time to do much with this at all, but he will find the device AWP. Nice footwork to grab it, but couldn't quite stick the landing on that one. Glaive will take him down, 3-2. EG still in the lead with plenty of cash as well, but that's a strong round from Astralis. Nice approach at that run boost, like he said, just knowing the tendencies of Device there, baiting out the shot. That's frustrating for him, especially when he had no Kevlar there. He loses the AWP. I don't think they recovered that. I have to confirm in a second.
Magis, he's so comfortable in the face of adversity. Molotovs, players, everything thrown at him. B site was his on round 5, now into the 6th.
Indeed, no AWP available, and there is one for Cirque there. Fires up a shot towards the long corner, but he's taking so much damage from the utility here. 3 CTs towards the long position. Device continuing to apply that pressure. So much damage done at the start. It's Tarek down to 8 points of health, Cirque 39. And they haven't really got much out of this long approach so far, but they have got a player towards blue bin. Astralis happy with the damage they've done, and now they're going to reclaim short territory here and just mix things up as they all start to rotate position.
Bomb left in spawn. Slower approach, but long control has been foregone, as covered. Conceded. With the knowledge that Device can keep that one under lock and key.
Wow, we do have a bit of a ruse here once again. Stanislaw, I think, will be pop flashed in towards the A site. Molotov there as well, so suggesting this is the final commitment. The bomb, however, is towards the B side of the map. They're trying to cause any sort of rotation they can. It's a great start from Stan.
Oh, it's all on Dupree. He has to save B. He can't. He's only going to get the one. Magisk will arrive. Glaive's going to solve this and take Stan out of this. He can't flank, can't cause a problem, but I'm not sure they're ready for Ethan. There's a second part of this plan, and it involves Breezy surviving players from every angle, but he still deals with it. Where did Cirque just go? Sent himself to hell. Ethan gets the frag onto Glaive, leaves them in a 1v1. Breezy looking for the triple kill. 15 seconds. Does get that bomb down. Magisk wasn't willing to call the bluff. Now pushes in, and that's perfect. Magisk, whether he's defending the site or retaking it, he seems to find success.
Absolutely, Mages is just doing absolutely everything he can on that B-bomb site. It was a lovely approach there from EG. The fact they actually got Stanislaw towards their site with 2 smokes down towards the crossover, flash over, he gets the first kill. That couldn't have gone better for them. The initial play to force rotation out of the B site. Dupree was left alone. He got taken down, but still they fought back. They managed to take care of the players towards that A site. Even this drop down from Ethan is only good for 1 frag there. Mages is very patient indeed, allows the bomb to be planted, but then he knows exactly where Breezy is. He's able to take him down with a silent approach through the window, and now we get it to round number 7. We're all tied up at 3-3.
There is a mystery we forgot to solve.
What's that?
What happened to Cirque?
I assume he landed in his own Molotov.
Right.
That's all I can gather. I didn't catch it from his
No, nor I.
That would make the most sense.
Interesting. Tarek did manage to land his scout shot, but Dupree not going to be dissuaded by that early exchange of fire, and catches Ethan sleeping, pants around his ankles, and now the bomb's in tunnels. This round is all but over. Looking to change that is Breezy. Whether or not Dupree's going to let him retrieve that bomb, looks like Stan's going to be taking it from them by force. A flash push, and does push Dupree off the angle, retreating, and that's ridiculous. Won't have a chance for the second. Magisk ensures that, but bomb retrieved. It's something, and a rifle perhaps will be picked up. Just the scout for Stan. I say just, perhaps I should shut up. Cirque, however, does meet his demise, and Zipex the one behind it, so now Stan thrust into a 1 versus 3. He has the time, the bomb, not really the weaponry.
Dupree just asked Breezy what he had for breakfast. Considering the shots he's been hitting throughout this series, I tend to agree on what the hell is going on. Stanislaw completely rails Glaive there. It's a 2 versus 1 now. Zipex should be able to outposition him here. With 40 seconds, there is a chance he just rushes long and might even get the bomb down at this point. He'll have to get his skates on. There is encroaching Zipex towards the long doors, and Device watching the crossover here. But with the scout, it'll be difficult for Stan to even do anything about this. A flashbang should be avoidable, and Zipex is hot on his heels, so I think he's done for. There it is. Nice work from Astralis. That was not a forced buy, barely a partial there. They get a scout, a few upgraded pistols. They still have an average of $5,000 here, so they'll be fully equipped going forward. But bear in mind, Astralis now with the lead in the CT forces, and we discussed it throughout the week, that it's the T sides have been most impressive recently on Dust 2, those landslide scorelines.
That shot from Breezy, he just without hesitation, committed, realized, pieced it together. He knew Dupree would be unwilling and flashbanged. Yeah, that's how I feel too. What a hunt from Breezy. They get 3 frags out of that, and you said it was a minimal investment. 3 frags, that's certainly not to be sniffed at.
Yeah, it means they've set themselves up a nice foundation going forward. If they can win this next gun round, Astralis will be a very difficult spot. They don't have any loss bonus established after winning the last 3 rounds in a row. Sure, they have the lead for now, but they're still at the point of breaking. We'll see if this is where they can really come online. Device 1 and 5. He's got the AWP for now. See if he can start having some serious impact. But speaking of which, we've talked about spawn-based gameplay on Dust 2 a lot recently. Breezy has been dropped the AWP and T-Spawn. He's going to be taking that long pick for sure. We'll see if he can open things up. Cirque 0 and 5, so the AWP is actually both dropping off on either side here. But for now, Breezy the rifler, he'll be looking to open things up. Will he be able to find the shots? He is just between the wickets there, as we'll see Glaive safely make it to the pits.
Swap that back over to Cirque so we can try and find his first frag of Dust 2 here on round 8. Phenomenal performance from him the last time we saw them on this map in the semi-finals versus G2. A very different adversary this time, the structured Astralis. Can make things difficult. Dupree has that lineup. That's could be a perfectly timed nade. Gonna catch them on short. Cirque responsible to keep his allies safe from that angle as they do advance towards short, and the timing couldn't be better. The Molotov arrives just as they do, and there was a route to pick up, and they're going to do it again. Flying high, nade in his hand, doesn't hit the shot. A warning shot, perhaps a panic flash, is avoided by Stan. He can continue his advance. He is sweeping so wide into the site now. Astralis, they're in the hurt locker. They can't escape, they have to retreat, except that the site will be all flying the EG flag if Glaive goes down. Dupree does look to contest. Glaive 2 from long. They're looking to retake this early before the bomb does go down. Tarek tagged by the MP9. Where's the bomb? It's late. It's still in spawn. They have the site, but Ethan, he's got to do this. He's got to get a second as well. One's not enough. He's got to keep that bomb on his back. Magisk falling, that's something. But Glaive, he's
got the bomb.
Going to ruin everything. The bomb's now in spawn with 15 seconds left. It's deathmatch, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's Dust 2 and deathmatch. Stan has to go hunting. There's no time to plant. It has to be bloodshed. 9 seconds, they just don't have the time. They're accepting it, they're conceding that this round will be Astralis' lead extending.
They didn't see the reactive play from Astralis coming through there. They were so focused on the fact there's 2 players that were down towards CT spawn. They knew they made things uncomfortable for Device. Dupree with the MP9 coming behind them as short. They had absolutely no idea. Cirque called his pants down there, and he gets dropped by the MP9, continues his 0 and 6 streak. As they'll take a tactical timeout on the Astralis side here. Just a chance to calm down. It's a very chaotic round coming through there, as they'll save the AK and AWP, but great work. You can see Ethan, he hit a tremendous shot towards the T-spawn area. Time was running out, but he knew he was being pincered in. CT position towards long and top and middle, just had to try and stay alive as long as he possibly could. This was the moment he hits a great shot there, but now he's locked in. They know where the bomb is, and they're just trying to take him down. If they get that kill, they win the round, and they know it.
Great reactive play from Astralis. In the end of that, they sent 3 players to hunt down Ethan. Zipex was there as well. Glaive, of course, on long. And it is going to be somewhat of a contrasting buy. Just the Galil sacrifice for Breezy as well, that the AWP still in Cirque's hands. It's time to see if he can have any early impact. Scout from Ethan, just to get the information, but the smoke does obscure their cross.
There it is, the first kill for Cirque, and it's a resounding one. Opening pick to Mages, who's been an absolute rock in that B-bomb side. 5 versus 4, no real reason to overcommit to this one, but nice spray from Tarek. Doesn't do too much with the Galil in his hand, but there it is. Breezy detects the presence of Glaive, who is trying to get towards those long doors and maybe backstab towards top and middle. 5 versus 3 now. They upgrade their weaponry. Breezy with the M4 instead of the Desert Eagle. Cirque with the AWP, and still plenty of time here. They know Astralis have to push and get information at this stage. They need to find a frag back, and this is the play. Device trying to reclaim territory towards long. Good incendiary to flush him out, but Breezy can just reposition here. He's ready for it. Significant damage. Can Device get out of this one? It doesn't look likely. The flashbang keeps him alive, though! Breezy, 20 HP, somehow survives. 5 versus 3 continues. And we'll see Stanisol patrolling towards middle as his teammates enter the B-bomb site, which is completely open.
Device and Dupree for middle. Stan's been sitting here for 40 seconds, and now will get his first taste on this cross.
They just want to take this player down in middle.
They
Astralis
really do.
seem to know.
A standoff. Now Stan goes straight into Dupree's clutches, but the round unlikely to be taken by Astralis at this point. Full control, still on the other side of the map. They're accepting that EG have taken the site and will take their fourth.
Yeah, lovely round there. It was the force buy from Evil Geniuses. We said Cirque hadn't fragged at all so far. He only gets one kill in this round, but what a kill it is. It caused absolute chaos on the server there. He takes down Major's boy. Glaive tries to push the long doors. It leads to a second frag, and they only need 2 frags to win this round, so that's absolutely beautiful. They've managed to recover their finances here by taking those CT weapons, and now it's round 10 coming through. Still 5-4 in favor of Astralis. EG, though, starting to stabilize somewhat. In terms of the Astralis cash, they should be absolutely fine here. Loss bonus not there for them at all after winning 4 rounds in a row, so he still needs to be very careful until that builds up. Dupree did get that consolation frag, but the round was pretty much done at that stage.
So far, the only answer they've had for Magisk's defensive B is a Cirque opening frag onto him.
Yeah.
Only way to shut him down at this point. Oh, he's doing it again.
We've seen this a few
Early
times.
mid. What a stark contrast to the Stanislaw Dupree standoff in the round prior. Now middle wide open, and EG sending Cirque to try and find a way in. Astralis must be cognizant this is something they like to pull out.
Well, look at the rotations now. They had 3 players towards long at the very start, and now they can sense presence. The fact they smoked the B doors themselves on the CD side suggests they know exactly what's going on. As we'll see, Stan once again holding the mid doors. B split looking very likely considering their setup as Ethan once again pushes towards the mid doors. He'll see the grenades come through CT spawn. He's actually in front of them already. Wants to get out though. Feels isolated.
We've seen just how well they operate as a unit. EG, they do work best as a pack. Glaive just going to get a warning shot across the bow. So early presence in middle hasn't been pushed on. Astralis' heart still beating. Perhaps a little faster for Glaive because he's being pushed. Does get shut down. Great flash from Ethan. Glaive, his screen was full white. Nothing he could do but click and pray. Oh, Device, a similar story for him. Through the smoke, bullets aren't far off. Dupree's got a lot to do, but Stan makes it even harder. It's all on Dupree. He's got to go all the angles. The timing's perfect. Well staggered as they do enter the site. The bomb can go down. And with 2 left, they're running to long, trying to keep hold of Device's AWP. Ethan is already on short.
That's significant as well. We talked about the lack of loss bonus here for Astralis. They have to hold on to the AWP and the M4 here to even stand a chance in the next round. Otherwise, they're full eco. Fantastic work from EG. The fast mid approach there. We've seen a lot of teams approaching with that because the fact of the matter is Astralis, they'll either send 2 players in towards B and normally have 3 towards long, right? That's the default. We know it is. We've seen it so many times. So middle, more than likely, is going to be open at the very start of the round. They get that great control. Even with the retake attempt, it seemed to all fall apart. And now Device has to hold on to the sniper. He's doing a great job. Takes a bullet to the face, but still alive and kicking. With 13 HP, the grenade does it.
That's
definitely
enough. Device. Nade lands in his top pocket of his gaming jersey. 1 man remains at Zipex, and he will keep hold of his M4. Cirque unwilling to take the risk.
But that's fine. The fact they removed the Device orb, that was everything. He is capable of winning rounds single-handedly with that sniper rifle. It's an AWP's playground, Dust 2, so that's great. And Astralis still going to buy into this one. Device is fully committed with the M4 purchase, and they'll have to do what they can with Deagles and 2 M4s here. But EG, plenty of cash, still with 5k residual on Cirque. They've got a decent long spawn again. Breezy to lead the charge as flashbangs go over. It will be Device with no utility to try and defend. He's going to cross over towards the pit, Cirque through the smoke. That's much more like it. That's his second frag of the first half.
Astralis look flustered. It's so rare to see, even in the face of disadvantages, whether it be it map or rounds, they rarely show this level of frustration so early in a series. This is a best of 5, map 2. Magisk looking flabbergasted. Stanislaw admittedly is having quite the start here on Dust 2. 12 frags to him, Breezy with 10. So much unspoken and non-bullet communication between these 2 teams. That smoke from Stan's going to keep them onto the boost.
They've completely left B open here. There's a lean towards A at this stage. Majors towards the mid doors with a dead vehicle. He's got the kit as well. It's a lovely play. You can see that boost working out very efficiently indeed. That's exactly what they wanted. Can they recover anything from it though? Device waiting on the A side, looking towards the ram, using the smoke to his advantage. But Zipex will be dropped. Device has to deliver here. It will be Dupree and Device working in tandem there. Device wants a little bit more of the action here. Remember, no utility, but Mages finds his second with the Desert Eagle. A great round here. 32 seconds remaining, and Tarek surely can't do anything about this. They're not going to give him any opportunities, and Mages with the third. We said that the Eagles were deadly on the first map. We didn't really see it too much, but that's much more like it. Mages isn't going down by a fight here.
Puts it at 6-5. Astralis will take their lead. Now, expectations on Dust 2, we've recently talked about it quite a lot, Henry, is that the T side has the potential to take quite a hefty lead. It seems Astralis keeping EG's T side very honest at this point. Money is a little hectic and not necessarily my specialty, but with a timeout, plenty of time to understand the ramifications of the round to come.
Well, it looks like with the timeout, they are going to be investing into this one. They had enough for a Cirque AWP. As we mentioned in the previous round, he had $5,000 left over in reserve. He will purchase the AWP straight away. So they're going to have to force around this. So the Cirque Orb hasn't been a showstopper so far, but it has found two influential picks. One led to a round victory. The one was in the previous round, which wasn't as successful. So they're going to have one Orb, a UMP, Ethan on the Galil. Tarek and Breezy will have to make do with the Desert Eagles here.
And for our newer viewers, it's also unmuting the mic of the coach of Astralis. His job is to do what Henry's just done. Keep his eyes on exactly how the buys will go. They don't have the information we do.
Certainly not, but they'll have an educated guess for sure as to what they'll be up against here and the tendencies of their opposition and the fact that Cirque has had so much cash and they might be aware that this could be a prospect. But the thing is, will they be able to shut him down? He's had two great opening picks. For now it goes into a slow start. Ethan gives up the fact they have force ball here with the Galil bullets being fired. Cirque towards top of middle. Once again, that position is open through the double doors. CT's allowing control, but they have changed the setup here to a two-man play towards short.
Very common. Using the staircase as well to put your heads at different angles makes the transfer all the more difficult. One can play anti-flash, as you see Device.
Yes, exactly.
If he just does this dry, likely a flash from his teammates. That's the one. Zipex eats it. Device is supposed to be there to save the day, but it doesn't matter. Cirque quick and support. In fact, Tarek gets the assist. He must have caught Device. Glaive not connecting the bullets he had to. He had the headshot angle, now forced to retreat. Can he get back into cover? Looks like the swing won't come in. Instead, EG, they play restrained. They know they have the advantage, and the bomb goes down to extend that lead. Dupree looking to change things. He's not clean. Breezy, quite the contrary. Dirty finds another headshot. Just Glaive and Magis, they're on the other side of the map, and EG will equalize here in round 12.
Well, Mages will take one consolation frag here. That's Tarek being removed, but at this point, Evil Geniuses can't really justify a full-on manhunt at this stage. They don't have the resources themselves. You can only really go for those big plays of taking everyone down with you when your economy is established yourself. Every kill that goes against them right now would actually be detrimental to them. This was a force buy, sure, great success here. They need to hold on to the weaponry they've upgraded with. Remember, they came in with two Deagles, a Galil, and the AWP. They've now left with two M4s, a Galil, and the Orb. So they're in a great position, but need to keep the money strong. Allow Astralis to keep those two creeks. Sure, they know the money's weak on that Danish side as well, and it almost forces them to buy into this next round here. If you let them keep two weapons up, at this stage of the game, you know their money's not completely broken, but two creeks on the CT side might tempt them into a very janky buy, and at that point, you might have to be able to completely crush their finances for the rest of the half.
Couple more rounds of this first half of our second map of our best of 5 grand final. This was Evil Genius's pick. Already picking up Inferno, which is where the Danes chose to take it first in a destructive fashion. 16-3 the score. Still, don't quite believe the words that come out of my mouth when recapping the score, but Evil Geniuses have really made the statement in New York already. Spawn for Tarek. Whether or not he chooses to take it, we'll see. Hasn't been thrown the AWP. So, firing off, not too far off from taking an early frag through doors. Now Tarek leaping through, knife in his hand. The smoke arrives just in the nick of time, and he actually looks to accelerate on this one. He perhaps wants to swing. So many staring at him. It's Glaive to deal with him. He has the Krieg, one of the 3 rifles in play, and already it's drawn blood.
Yeah, they have fully invested into this one. It's a nice opening pick as well. Tarek thought he could pounce on the opportunity there and get the first kill. It was a nice idea, but a better setup from Astralis there. They were more than ready for it with the positioning from Glaive with that Krieg. Now, in terms of the general setup here from EG, they've got 3 players towards long, Majority of their utility available, including 3 smokes. Cirque set up in the pit, but Breezy on the other side of the map. If he goes down, that's going to enable Astralis to have yet another rifle here. Needs to be very careful and cognizant of the fact that a B push could be coming through, as Astralis really focused towards that short position with the Desert Eagles.
So they've given sole responsibility of the A site to Glaive. Breezy will make his lower tunnel's presence abundant.
Ball making his way back to.
2-2 split. This is something similar. They tried to sell this before with Stan and Ethan. This time they're just going to leave Ethan there. Utility thrown towards A, keeps Glaive there, but Breezy and Stan, this is the main project, and it's Magisk again. He shrugs it off every time EG throw B. Magisk just laughs at them.
Yeah, every time they've tried to go for these ruse plays towards the A side and walking towards B, they're coming into a brick wall with Mages, who just seems to hold of no problem whatsoever. He doesn't take the bait. You mentioned it before, they seem to have so much success when they just stick together as a group and just frag out in a death ball almost. And I feel like that's going to be the approach. They're maybe overthinking some of these scenarios, because you knew they'd come in with Deagles here, save weapons as well. You stick together and trade out kills. I think you have a much stronger chance of actually closing the rounds out, as they try to suggest they're heading towards A once again. Mages doesn't blink at all and finds his 15th frag. He is keeping Astralis in this series for sure. 15 and 7 for himself, but Cirque does save the AWP, and Ethan was Galil. But those are the 2 players not really performing so far. Cirque 3 and 7, Ethan 3 and 9. Quite a disparity between their first map performances.
It certainly is, yeah, perhaps cooling down just a little bit. But it is, I mean, the first time they did that split play, the ruse, as we've been describing it, it worked better, and they still lost. Stan got the frag to Cirque. He's not going to get one this round. Glaive getting across so fast, he's able to take the fight from the alternate angle, enables him to get a quick one. And actually, for information, who was that jumping across? It's Stan, willing to take a risk. And so is Ethan. 90 seconds on the clock and already crawling out of the doors. He's not alone either. Zipex is poised and ready for this. Dupree in support as well. It's a hard shot to hit. Tarek dissuaded by the bullets of Zipex, and now Dupree trying to get the timing. Ethan's ready. They save it so well, and now Evil Geniuses, they had to work pretty damn hard just to find the equalizer, but they've got it.
Here we go again. Stanislaw likes to be thrown in towards these bomb sites. It's not going to be the AWP against him, but it's a crispy device who's waiting there with the Kree. He looks poised to get a couple more as well, waiting for his teammates to rotate in, buying as much time as possible before he makes his next incision. But it's going to be Ethan and Breezy with the lesser weapon into Galil and Deagle going to town. They manage to get the advantage now. 2 versus 1. It's Mages, and we know he plays that B bomb site. He'll be rotating in, but he has got every chance to win this one. Tarek with no armor, AWP in hand, and in terms of the bomb plant, it's not a fantastic one. They have to stick on the sights, but it's a really strong shot there from Tarek. They tie things up at 7-7 on a very difficult round for themselves there. Lovely work.
Conceding an early frag and then being able to brutally take away an equalizer, keep bringing it back to the 4v4. They had to go so deep. Ethan responsive, he just goes straight towards the doors. That was lovely handling from Device.
To be fair, he couldn't have played that any better. Device gets that one kill, stays alive, allows Glaive to rotate in, but still, the shots sometimes are too strong. You can make every correct move. We'll get into that later. Mages somehow gets a scout kill towards T-Spawn. Stanislaw's removed. I think he was going for a creep shot through the doors like we've seen.
Yeah, this is actually quite the ridiculous start. Look how much damage has been done. There's so much time still on the clock. Magisk drawing blood with that scout doors. It's the optimal place for you to just dart back and forth. Oh, he's done so much damage. Another bullet connects. Almost all of them have got some form of damage dealt to them by Magisk to start this round off.
So he killed a player with a headshot towards T-Spawn. He then goes on to tag, I think 3, maybe 4 considering the HP, but every bullet he fired pretty much connected there. We'll get into a 4-on-4, but look at the walking wounded Evil Geniuses have become.
Someone get the first aid kit, because Evil Geniuses, they've got scabs on their knees, bruised, battered, and now looking to close out this half with a round win with a significant disadvantage. Admittedly, Astralis scouts MP9, but that hard work's been done. Now, 1 bullet from the scout, a quick spray from the MP9, it all becomes all the more possible thanks to Magisk's hard work to start us off. 50 seconds. You have to remain paranoid, and I mean, Cirque rightfully so. It's all about timing, it's Glaive, it's intuition and the calls from his teammates that will cause him to start that maneuver. Dupree, he's starting to push all the way through big tunnels as well, so he's at least got that. Process of elimination starting, and so is the push. The smoke arrives at the 30-second mark. They can't respect it. They have to push on it. They use their utility and what little remains of it. Glaive, you can see he's on the way behind them. All of them starting to flood into the site. And he's going to be separated by that smoke. Cirque, unfortunately, he's the one with the AWP. It's not ideal, and that's not far off. A second smoke arrives. 12 seconds. Where's that bomb? It's on Tarek's back, and he will get it down in time. Now, we have got a very interesting retake ahead of us.
Ethan will throw the Molotov in. I'm not sure it looks towards Shore. It looks like he's at the crossover here. I don't know how no one got dropped in the process there. It looked like just one bullet through that smoke would have taken 2 players down, but nothing connects. They have not got a kit here, and the lesser weaponry becomes a massive factor here. The scout needs to find some headshots at this point. Glaive knows he can do it. The closer he gets, the more chance he has of frags, and there we go. I think Astralis can do this now, and they absolutely can. It will be a pretty clean sweep towards the end. They haven't got a kit, though. This might be very close indeed. It looks like they're absolutely fine. We'll confirm that as it comes through. Oh, it was tantalizingly close, but the defuse come through. It's 8-7 on the CT side for Astralis on the pick of EG here. EG starting to drop off some more in the fragging department. There's still another half to go. It's Astralis waking up and showing us what they're made of. We'll find out if they can keep it up after this break.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see.
Evil Geniuses, undefeated in their run so far to the very grand final here at ESL 1 New York. Their opponent, Astralis, major champions over in Berlin just before this. Now in the Barclays Center, we find ourselves in map 2, Dust 2, and the score nearly identical, a 7-8 half, the advantage changing from the last time they met. They played this map before, EG won. The scoreline not too different. I'm Machine. He's Henry G, and we are back into the action for our second half of our second map.
We absolutely are. Astralis now on the T side. We can see the buys coming through right now. No upgraded pistols so far. 3 sets of Kevlar. Glaive will be purchasing utility with Zip-X, and we've discussed this throughout the tournament so far. Long is the main approach for a lot of teams these days, but early smoke being deployed towards the mid doors here. That's actually a decoy going through. As we'll hold on to the utility for now. We'll have the bomb and T spawn, a couple of players towards the B tunnel, so nothing really given away as the smoke is deployed on Xbox. Still with 4 flashbangs, and in terms of the CT setup, they have 3 players currently residing on the A site, and Stanislaw and Cirque holding towards B.
So with the 4 flashes in play from Astralis, you can expect some of those to be used towards short. That's at least if the fight doesn't come to them there. Tough shot to hit. Breezy willing to re-peek just for a moment before they do recede back into the site, rightfully so, because the acceleration's coming from the Danes. He can drop off and does so. And so do Astralis, unwilling to commit, seeing what they can get before the full commitment. Breezy right to be checking long and well aware they could already be out towards the blue box. The flash comes in, he does take a wild shot, receives one as well, but still his heart's beating, and so is mine as this round, at the 50-second mark, finally we see first blood. It's Dupree from short. The CTs, they're going to have to play for the retake here. They have to accept they're not going to find a way in early. Dupree's making it even more difficult. Cirque brought down to a similar margin as Breezy. They're both so low, already 1 man down. This round looks like it's definite for the Danes. Dupree confirming it. Another one soon on the chopping block, finds the head to confirm it. Stan couldn't have any less health, and it'll be Glaive to finish.
Really nice approach there from Astralis. A classic A split. You can see when that comes into full effect how overwhelming it can be. That's what's called a pincer. If you get control towards middle and especially towards short, once you've already established yourself towards long, you isolate the players on the A bomb site. You can see this now. They're stuck there and they only have the pistols line. Unless they're hitting absolutely every shot, they don't stand a chance. They're being pressured from long and short. The dinks are coming in thick and fast. And it's up to EG now to force buy in the second round once again. Now, remember, they did manage to pull this one off before. We'll see if they can do it again, as we'll see EG with 5 sevens, a deagle, and a scout. Long control, trying to be achieved here from Astralis. They're looking very good to do so. 4 players out in that position, including the bomb, as they'll send Mages back towards T-spawn to watch for the B flank, I would imagine. In
the first half, we saw the second round buy coming in from EG off their lost pistol, and he managed to pick it up. Big part of that was Cirque on his scout, Breezy on his deagle, same weapons, same players. We'll see if they can find the same result. Odds certainly stacked against them, but on the CT side, they have chances to chip away at the Ts as they advance. I say that not when smokes are down and already gaps are closed. He's starting to cross toward the ramp already. It's Dupree with the AK-47 here in the second round. He's not going to have to worry too much about Tarek because he's ducked into that smoke. It's going to be a question of timing, using the flashbang to push, but it does look like time, that window for him to exploit has gone. Sporadic bullets sprayed, and it's going to be Astralis who do start to stabilize. Just 3 remain for the CTs. They don't have to rush this.
Certainly not. Fantastic advantage, plenty of time. 5 versus 3. Stanislaw surely can't do much about this. He does get a ding towards Device, but he's got the scout. He's going to fall back with a safe bomb plant, and they might as well hold on to their upgraded pistols here. They did fully invest in this second round. Hasn't worked out for them. Astralis take a lot of damage, but 5 players alive and kicking still. As Cirque will have to fall back with the scout. He'll be influential in the next round, but he's still on 3 kills, Alex. It's been a while he's been stuck there. Hasn't really got going here in Duster, which is so surprising considering the form we've seen on that map from him and the overall play in the first map, Inferno. It was unbelievable how good he was at times. Slowing right down, Astralis will be posting their 10th on the board here, the first team to post double digits. They'll have a MAC-10 at UMP into the next round. That's probably absolutely fine considering Tarek and Ethan can't bring much to the table. It will have to be a P250 at the very top end, and they'll look to invest in the next round. Scout for Cirque. Can't really challenge T-spawn like the old days. It's a very difficult shot to land.
And it is. Going to be jumping into round 18 then of this second map, and yeah, it should just be the 11th formality. Nothing in the form of armor, weaponry, just a nade alongside Stan. Tarek will be bringing that in, and something a bit quick this time, admittedly, from Astralis, just rushing straight towards B. There's no one there to receive them. It's just going to be Breezy. He does have his Desert Eagle, and the first shot doesn't connect. It should be the end of that. Smoke will arrive, as will the Flame. CTs will be locked out. This site is just notorious for being impossible. Difficult, I think, is the word that I should be using to break. We've certainly seen players capable of retaking the site, but certainly it will not easy, especially when you haven't got the weapons or the Kevlar. Just Ethan and Cirque, they're about to be hunted down. Degree loses his AK-47. That's something that's valuable, at least in the grand scheme of things. Whether or not they'll be able to get away with that is up to Astralis.
Well, there it is. Not too often you'll say that Astralis go for a fast B play when they know they're up against not a lot, but it works out perfectly this time, and we'll see Ethan trying to do what he can with the AK-47. Significant damage inflicted, managed to get himself a couple of kills, but there it is. It comes through. It's going to be Astralis 11-7 now on their opponent's map pick. They're starting to warm up into this best of 5. We talked about them having slow starts, and that's exactly what they had in Inferno. Really couldn't get going. They were 5-0 down before they posted their first round, but seem to be getting stronger and stronger as time goes by. It was Magus that was a catalyst to even keep them in this first half and actually provide them such a strong performance towards that B side of the map. Now up against the Cirque AWP, as we mentioned, it hasn't been as impactful as you'd like here. Faster approach once more from Astralis here, making their way up towards short. It's Glaive, though, fighting towards long, going for the A-split once again. Breezy gets himself towards a blue box, a position that's commonly overlooked, but not this time. Glaive, he is methodical. He checks every single spot and finds their headshots as well. 4 versus 3. Cirque Stanislaw will have to do what they can towards the mid-position. Cirque pulls one back.
It's no coincidence that this grand final features the world's top 2 fragging in-game leaders.
Yes,
Stanislaw and Glaive, both
awesome.
Meeting in the server. Both highly regarded for their ability to contribute in more than just their calls. Zipex, alongside the flashbang from Glaive, enables them to have that advantage, albeit slight, given Zipex's damage he's conceded down to 4. And a change of plan. Now, with Cirque's AWP, he will perhaps be able to find some information quicker than he otherwise would be able to. He's actually turned his attention to short. Ethan, responsible for middle and B.
Well, this looks like a perfect call so far. Making their way towards the B side, no one there. Ethan will arrive very late, and they still have a smoke for the door and a Molotov for the window. There'll be no points of access here. There's the smoke, and all he can really do is either push through with a flashbang here or wait for his teammates to arrive. That's not going to take too long here. Significant damage, down to 1 HP. Glaive somehow stays alive. He'll go for the plant. He might not survive much longer, but still, that was very fortunate for him to survive that encounter.
Wow, that could be enough to win them the round. The fact that they didn't get converted, they don't want to push on it. They don't necessarily have the information that Astralis have 105 HP between the 3 of them.
1 HP on the plant there. That's so fortunate for him.
Wow, and they'll just back away. That's the 12 for Astralis, and really warming up into this one. Evil Geniuses, we were praising their firepower. It's time to see what happens when that absence in the form of Cirque, in the form of Tarek, is present. The absence is present. Nice one, Alex. English is my first language, by the way.
But now Cirque and Ethan will be holding onto the weapons, and they'll absolutely have to do that. Things starting to get out of control here. They're yet to post around in the second half. 4-0 down. Astralis have presented a perfect game so far. Great calls, great mid-round decisions in general, and Glaive being so meticulous when he's checking every single corner like a bloodhound, searching for his opposition. Hitting the beautiful shots as well, and we'll take a tactical timeout on the EG side, of course. But those saved weapons they can still buy up into this round going forward. They've got a saved Krieg and, of course, the AWP as well. It's the Orcas that have had a quiet performance so far as he divides 8 and 10. So it's still struggling 4 and 11, but their third timeout here. Never too late to turn up, but the fact is that the T sides have been so strong the last few months. For Dust 2, Astralis should be in cruise control here. Needs something quite magnificent to occur here for Evil Geniuses. It's Stanislaw at the very top for them, 15 and 13. Breezy playing very well indeed, but starting to drop off in the second half. No one really delivering a boatload of frags here in the second for EG at all. Great team game from Astralis so far.
When they last met on Dust 2, Evil Geniuses did win, and that was down to, in part, Cirque's 21 frags, Breezy's 28. Tarek was right there alongside them, so 2 of the 3 that delivered in the first time these 2 teams met here in New York on this map, absent at the moment. Breezy's going to go fast. Straight out long flash by his teammates. Does get Breezy hot under the collar. A flash in response, but he's playing anti-flash beautifully, and the understanding was there. He tagged him up, but Tarek does one better, gets the frag, and now things can slow down. The smokes arrive, but so do Astralis, straight into the A site.
Yeah, very fast indeed. They've noticed there's a lack of players towards the short position, but Stanislaus coming in with the FAMAS. He shuts down their approach. It looked like an open corridor all the way towards the bomb site. It's Zipex to finally take him down. The bomb should be planted in, no problem. But it's going to be Tarek making its way towards the A side, looking to take down Zipex straight after the plant here. The smoke will protect him for now. Great work from Zipex, but can't land the shot. The Vice will have to do everything he can. Big fuse can happen now, surely. There'll be no question about that. That looked like a connection to me, but there it is. The 4D fuse will come through from Tarek. They'll win the round, but the Vice survives.
And Stan gets all the credit. Sometimes you cut to a player's perspective and you have to comprehend how he got there so fast.
Yeah.
They must have made the call. I think they're all coming. He took the gamble, followed the call. This was Tarek's first opener onto Dupree. Look how fast he arrives. They're still throwing nades. They had no idea he could be there that fast.
Yeah, so well played. You can see what it means to him. As you mentioned, one of the first times we've seen so much passion coming out of Stan.
If I was making a list, I have no idea why I would. If I was making a list of the most stoic players in Counter-Strike, Stan was right up there until, not New York, maybe Berlin. We really started to see that, this new side to his character, and I think it is fueled by his hard work and the fact that he feels like it's paying off.
Yeah, I think he really believes in this
Realizing
project.
his goals, he believes in his project.
He's got everything he needs, and now with the organization behind them as well, the resources and funding there, the players he wants to be with, and people that listen to him as well, it seems like he's very invested in this. Either way, so a lot of work to do here on Dust 2. It's the map number 2 here at those best of 5. This is the pickup EG, and we'll see round 21 come through. Muddy's still not in a great spot for the North Americans. Ethan on the MP9, but that's a weapon he's very well versed in. As we'll get into a long take here from the Astralis side. It's always a point of contention, a big talking point, and it's Breezy and Tarek working in tandem towards long. It's up to Device to try and pull one back as the battle continues towards his position. He had the bomb, he had to get the hell out of there, and now they'll go back towards middle, looking to respond very quickly on this side of the map.
That's a very quick response. We've seen Ethan do something similar on his T side. As soon as you lose that long fight, try and accelerate, find the gap in mid. Smokes arrive. Cirque makes his presence known, but Device, he's still somewhat secretive about it. Has managed to get the element of surprise on this player towards ramp. It's Tarek. Tagged up from his early exchange. He has an AWP of his own. Question of timing will determine the winner of this battle, and it's an important one.
I'm interested to see if Tarek will hold on to the AWP at this point. He is low HP, it's probably why it's thrown over. It's Cirque with the M4, but that was a bit of a sitter for Tarek. He had to hit that. They should be fine to win the round still, but it makes him problematic with his low HP. He really will be kicking himself with that one. A chance now for Astralis. Breezy trying to deny the plant, a little bit late on the Molotov. He'll do some damage, but not much at all. Down to 89, and Device is recovered. He's ready to hit that shot, and he absolutely does. Takes down Breezy, 3-on-3. This was looking like an absolute lock-in for them, and it's falling apart now. Still a 2 versus 2. Oh!
It's not over yet, Henry. Ethan, Stanislaw working together to get the job done. Bob the Builder would be proud. Device into the 1v2. Time though, he just has to play the game of survival. One drops and Ethan's so quick! It's all Ethan! That round, Tarek would have really felt that one. Seeing 13 on the board, knowing that shot was his. And Henry, I've never seen an arena collaboratively facepalm at the one shot missed. The Barclays Center all pressing their palm to their forehead after that one.
Now it's a grand final, Alex. Now you can see the pressure coming through, some shots being missed, and absolute pandemonium ensue when that shot doesn't connect. Tarek, he was clenching at that point. He was realizing this could be the end. This could cost us the game. If I miss that shot and they come back in a 5 versus 3, our money is absolutely ruined. And that's a chance for Astralis to close this one out. It would have been 13-8 had they given that one up.
The angle he was holding was perfect as well. Just above the box, Device just walking into the guillotine. Nothing to show for it. Fortunately, Ethan is an animal. He had the MP9. The odds were so stacked against them. You can see how it started. It was that lovely double push from Breezy and Tarek. This is Ethan. Smooth moves for the third. And let's see Stan once again getting fired up. They are starting to close that gap. Cirque finding his voice as well. Certainly not finding the frags though. Needs to bounce himself back into this grand final. Doesn't want to let this thing slip away. Decelerate too much given the fact that there could be still another 3 maps of play here after Dust 2. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We say it every time a best of 5 is involved, and it's absolutely true. A battle of endurance. A conversation for another time, though, because we're back into the action with round 22.
This is a map-defining round here. Both teams broken financially, no reserve cash for either side. Lost bonus not really there either. Both of them at the second stage at this point with the new system. You'll see them invested fully with rifles. It's Cirque with the AWP towards short, who still can't find form. Stuck on 4 frags for the longest of time now. You'll see him holding that position, backed up by 2 teammates as well. Astralis focusing their efforts towards shorts. It's Glaive to try and open things up. The grenade, though, that should do significant damage. Not as much as I thought, but still enough to put them in 1-tap potential now for the M4s. Flashbang not successful. Can Cirque connect this one? It's a very important shot. Misses it, but he has baited in his teammate. That's going to be Breezy, ready and waiting to strike. He gives it up too early, though, and has to drop down.
North American defense, it's shaken, but they do not waver. Change of plans. Tarek will be responsible for middle. Breezy's ensuring his teammate gets where he needs to be. We'll return to 40 seconds for the Astralis T side to come to their logical conclusion. It does look like they're leaning towards A, starting to gather their resources.
We haven't seen many full A executions so far. It's a very powerful approach, especially against AWPers here. You can nullify their efforts towards the crossover. In terms of positioning it from Cirque, he's on the A ramp
15
right
seconds.
Now. Absolutely. Do or die time for Astralis. They need to get a quick plant in here. Cirque starts to find some form. He needs another one to deny that plant. He has a bit of a misstep there. Didn't even fire a shot. The bomb goes down. There's no chance to plant. They need to stay alive here on the EG side. They've done it. It's enough. The time running down. The couple of kills found. Although it started to fall apart, it's by virtue of the clock that EG managed to post double digits here. 12-10. Their money's still in a difficult spot. I'm not sure what happened to Cirque there. That's not characteristic at all by his standards.
Well, you know what, Henry? I think it's going to be indicative by what I'm about to say for how bad that was. I think I make this mistake as well. I quick switch before I hit the trigger. You get your timing wrong.
Yeah. Maybe inside his own head a little bit there.
I think so.
A pretty standard shot to kick things off, and then a misfire. Maybe quick switching too much, and they still win the round, but they didn't recover the AWP. That's a problem.
It did look a bit funky. Yeah, Cirque, he's definitely shaken on this one. But regardless, his team pull him through. We've seen it time and time again, and every player over the course of a best of 5, I think, is given one. But in pursuit of greatness, it really will haunt you if it comes back to bite you. If Astralis take your map pick away and it's the map you're so comfortable on, you did so well on the last time you played them on this very map, you're going to get into your own head.
Well, we're getting to the nitty-gritty now, the bookend of this second map. Astralis starting to drop off the pace. Their timing slightly off with that final push towards the A side. Their money is absolutely wrecked. They've got a MAC-10 for Zipex, a UMP for Glaive, but Device does have the AWP from the previous round. He's operating a little bit quicker here towards those mid doors. We'll see if he can find the first opening pick. But as we mentioned, not many CT teams have early presence towards that side of the map. You'll often see an early long stance and rotating back through CT spawn, exactly what Tarek's doing right now. They attempted a boost there before, but just going to have him playing behind the CT box for now. Very early on into the round, and we will see Device firing off a decoy. I like that, so he's hoping it will bait out a pick there from the mid player. And it's quite smart. You don't see that too often these days, but one I certainly respect.
And if it pays off, that's $50 well spent.
Absolutely.
I've seen them used as fake flashes, but definitely the least utilized utility. Makes sense, perhaps, given the price tag. Breezy. This is going to be a very, very tough task for Breezy.
Yeah, but ever though the man to step up in these sort of scenarios, let me tell you, this kid can do it. He'll be waiting, but the flashbang is absolutely spot on there. It's down to Cirque now, M4 this time, but it's not good enough. Remember, he lost the sniper in their previous encounter. This is such a massive round. And Stanislaw buried in towards the B side. He's hoping it's all a bit of a fake here. Tarek will have to be set up. There's the flashbang. This is their chance to get multiple frags. He does it!
Two! Makes it so equal and actually now a problem. Magic swinging around from short. Will try and get the molly, but already aggression from Ethan's been rewarded. Looking to make it a 1v1. He gets it! Ethan! First Ethan! No, first Tarek, then Ethan. I'm shaken. The flash was perfect. The double kill before he gets caught. They keep the pressure on. Don't let Astralis piece together what remains of the round. Let's see it again.
This was wonderful, Alex. This is the only way they win the round. Astralis had their foot on the throat of EG then. It took something very special to get them back in the round. And there it is from Ethan. He has to go for the 180. He didn't hear the player towards the A side. It's an instinct. He turns around and finds it and keeps EG in this game. Eco now from Astralis as Cirque starts to get back into it. The opening kill goes in his favor. This is an Eco, not a partial buy here. Deagles across the board. 2 sets of Kevlar, no grenades. A chance to tie things up now. This was looking like Astralis were running away with the second half. They were 4-0 up, but now they've conceded 4 of their own. Cirque will fire off another shot. They're looking at the bomb down towards short. Cirque's had enough here, doesn't have to go down, but he wants to get warmed up. He wants to show that he's still fragging, and a clean sweep for the first time in a while here. EG are back on their feet, 5 in a row.
5 against the T side of Astralis. They opened with 4 back-to-back, and now EG have responded in kind, one better. That's the first frag we saw to open things up, so his teammates were able to do the rest, just tapping away. Breezy, so good at just shrugging off any sort of funny business. Stan.
I love it.
It's just wonderful to see such a change in character when passion is in play. Now, to be tested, he does have Magisk on the other side of things towards tunnels. That's the dribble smoke, often thrown to enable the B players to set up behind it. That's why the warning shots will be thrown in. Nothing connecting so far from Stan. Just trying to draw the B players into a defensive stance with that smoke. It's not where they tend to go.
Oh. I'm not sure either player knew what was going on there. They're like, you know what?
Yeah.
Call it a day, we'll both fall back.
I'll see you again.
Yeah.
See you again. BRB.
Indeed. So Breezy, the solo anchor towards long, playing with Cirque, who normally positions himself either at the car or at the A ramp. This time at the latter. Good incendiary to buy some time there. That'll push them back as they might be forced to go towards the mid doors here. You can see they've got 3 players posturing towards that position here. 40 seconds remaining, and what is the call? Smoke towards CT spawn. Tarek hasn't got the most ideal weapon for the job, but pushing through, confirms it's clear for now. As he flashes through, it's going to be a final A commitment here, and Cirque starting to nail some beautiful shots now. Can he get the second? He can't just yet, but he's still alive and kicking. Time could be a factor here. Bomb down, 25 seconds.
Where is the bomb? Did
right
it drop?
There, on the shore.
He can get it? Okay, can be retrieved.
Didn't go spawn.
I was going to say, we've seen so many times it gets lost. Well, this time it's been taken from them. Tarek grabs it with only 15 seconds to spare. They're turning tail. Magisk is about to clear B. My goodness, this is about to start to spiral out of control. Tarek has to get there in time. Picks up the orc. He has bullets. He doesn't have any HP, though. 5 seconds, 4.
Oh, it's done! It's done!
Breezy saves the day for EG. A last-minute change of plan, and it's punished by the North American rifler.
They couldn't quite take the orb out of Mage's hand there. That would have been everything. He would have had no money going forward. That's the second time that's happened. Astralis losing the round because their clock runs too low. Their money is in tatters right now, but they did save the AK and the AWP. Here's Cirque, like we said, starting to hit some shots now, and Tarek got the most important one of them all. That bought the time, that dropped the bomb. And at this stage, Breezy knew he had to find that one all-important kill. There's another buy for Astralis here, but they've lost the lead at this point. 13-12, Device trying to pick up the pace towards the mid-doors. There is a player there this time, Stanislaw trying to stay dynamic. They feel like mid's open. They might not be aware of this. This could be everything. Stan is setting himself up for multiple frags here. Players right in front of him. This is everything. He fires through, damage done. He has to try and fall back.
Nothing to write home about just yet, at least not that he's seen. Just some bullets sprayed into the grey void that is the smoke grenade of Counter-Strike. This is going to be a very big challenge. Oh, Ethan, he manages to jiggle, gets the info for free that the AWP is still out, set up on doors. Stan, he's willing to try and make this work. It does take Device down before the trade comes in. Tarek's there, though. Oh, they're trading all over the place. We're in Brooklyn, but they're acting like we're in Manhattan. Magisk, 1 versus 3. He is on B. Profoundly good on it on the CT, but now he's looking to go 1v3. That's the first. Falls down again! Gets the double! Tarek does save the day for EG, and they get their 7th. That's 7 rounds in a row for the CTs. These are getting close.
Yeah, and the problem is, sure, Evil Geniuses are winning all these rounds, but it's coming right down to the wire every single time. With the maximum loss bonus established and the plants coming through, Astralis can keep buying, but they're getting so frustrated now. Every play they're making, it seems to be a counter from EG. Stanislaw did a great job toward the mid-doors just to sow the seed of doubt into their mind. Keeps applying pressure with flashbangs from his teammates, stopping them making their way towards that B Ponsa. You can see he is fired up beyond belief. So is Cirque.
7 in a row. They are justifiably fired up. If their spacing was just a little off on that push-through window,
yeah.
Magisk wins the 1v3.
That was so close. Like, he's going to be gutted at that one. That would have been such a swing.
Tarek was just far enough behind to make that awkward. Had to hit the shot, of course, and did so wonderfully. Born and raised on the streets of Brooklyn now. 2 rounds away from having a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 final versus what many would consider the world #1. Cirque tested, passes with flying colors. Device is gone. Breezy makes his presence known. It looks like 15. And Cirque, he finds himself the triple. Comfortable so far as he starts to warm into the second half. That's 15 EG, one away from a 2-0 lead in this final.
And if ever there was a round to close it out, this would be it. Yes, we talked about the maximum loss bonus, but now no bomb plant. Without the plant going down, you do not get the $800 bonus. That means you're getting $3,400 per player. That means scouts have to come out. Galils and Cirque, he finally arrives on Dust 2 in the nick of time, just when they need him. That's a massive round with 3 kills from him. And the scout, the Galils, a couple of Kriegs, and no utility to speak of. Astralis are shrinking after their fantastic start, an 8-7 lead at half. There he is, once again opening things up. We might be done here on Dust 2 as a 5 versus 3.
Astralis, we praise them for being able to keep calm under pressure. This pressure seems too much. Another one, it's over. Dust 2, the pick of the days, the pick of EG, excuse me. Both of them though, Inferno and Dust 2 going the way of EG. 1 frag remains to Sipix. His 13 frags, he'd need 18 just to see another round of play on this map.
Well, just a formality at this point, I would say. A 5-on-1, it'll lead to a 16-12 scoreline. EG were tested there. They had a difficult start. 2 of their players absent in the first half. They had to hold on for dear life. They close it out with pure style, though. Managing to get, was it 8 rounds in a row towards the end?
9.
It was